You would have thought Prince Harry's failed coronation appearance would inspire him to keep a low profile for the foreseeable future. But my next guest insists the Ginger Whinger will be moping back to Montecito with an even bigger chip on his shoulder, with those Californian cruise missiles set to rain down on London even harder than before. Fresh off the back of Meghan's high-keen PR stunt during the coronation weekend, where she pretended not to have a care in the world, including posing for paps wearing Princess Diana's watch, esteemed royal author Tom Bower insists the Sussex psychodrama is about to get even nastier. So, Tom Bower, what are you expecting?
Well, I think that, as we predicted, she did a stunt. It wasn't a very good one on Coronation Day. But what's really going to happen now is they will plot something which will really hit the royal family in a way, because I think Harry went back pretty angry, clearly. And what really worries me is that the royal family is now a moving target, a soft touch. Charles showed that he won't answer back. So whatever is thrown at him, he's just going to take it. And I think this is the real danger now.
The thing is, Harry is clearly furious. He clearly feels humiliated. But what else was he expecting? I mean, he was not prepared to go to the coronation lunch. He was not prepared to stay for the concert, for example, which is an opportunity where he could have been in attendance. It was more his sort of thing. So what was he expecting the royal family to do?
Well, he expects them to apologise. He expects them in his naive, stupid way to think that somehow it's all going to fall his way. And on the way back across the Atlantic, he'll have realised it hasn't gone his way, and think, well, what am I now doing, can I do, to make their life really infinitely more difficult and embarrass them? And I think he'll take comfort, as will, unfortunately, Meghan, from those who say that the balcony was too white. They'll take comfort from the fact that somehow they're above. They've thrown in the racist...
well, ITV said it was terribly white.
Terribly white. Shouldn't it be terribly black in a white country? I mean, it is just appalling. And unfortunately, we've reached a point now where the anti-monarchists will keep on pushing this colour issue, because the monarchy is easy to touch. We've reached now a point where, unless somehow Charles makes it clear that he's not going to sit around defenceless and silent, that the anti-monarchists like that, and Hobie, the actress from Bridgetown, Olusoga, the Marxist historian given a free run on BBC, will just keep hitting, because they've reached a threshold and they now want to go further.
Welcome back to Royal News Daily, where the crown meets the headlines. Today, we're examining the latest comments from royal biographer Tom Bower, who shared his views on Prince Harry's appearance at King Charles III coronation during a GB News discussion. Bower believes Harry left the coronation feeling frustrated and predicts that the ongoing conflict between the Sussexes and the royal family could continue for some time. As always, we clearly distinguish between verified facts, reported information, and expert opinions to provide balanced coverage of the British royal family. If you enjoy trusted royal family news, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. Now, let's begin. Prince Harry's attendance at King Charles III coronation attracted worldwide attention, but according to royal biographer Tom Bower, the Duke of Sussex may have left London feeling deeply disappointed. Speaking during a GB News discussion, Bower claimed that Harry clearly left the coronation very angry and suggested that the ongoing tensions between Harry, King Charles III, and Prince William remain unresolved. Bower believes the Sussexes' psychodrama is likely to continue rather than fade away. Prince Harry attended the coronation ceremony alone at Westminster Abbey, while Meghan Markle remained in California with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. After the service, Harry departed the United Kingdom without taking part in the larger family celebrations, including the Buckingham Palace balcony appearance.
But the thing is, Tom, so much of that is the fault of Harry and Meghan, spreading what even they admit is false claims of racism within the royal family. I mean, you look at the Bridgerton woman, you look at Olusoga on the BBC and ITV, they are Harry and Meghan allies.
Well, Olusoga was in her Netflix programme. And that's the whole point. They actually, I don't think Harry, because he's not intelligent enough, but Meghan and her Netflix producers clearly see now this is the next step to undermine the monarch Charles, undermine King Charles, and somehow find a way in which they can destabilise Britain.
Do you think that's why Meghan didn't go? Because now she can say, I am not approving of the royal institution. That's why I didn't show up.
Of course. She didn't come because I put it very simply. She didn't want to curtsy to the Queen and to Kate. But that was just the symbol. The reality is she wasn't going to take part in it. She sees her role as being the leader of the anti-royal faction. And Harry will feel somehow torn, but he'll just go along with whatever it is so he can stay in Montecito and not be homeless and junking around the world. And that is what's so really frightening, that somehow this American woke, anti-establishment, anti-white liberal democracy has now taken hold in Britain. That somehow the royal family, the soft target, is the first hurdle to overcome as the, what can you call the diversity extremists attempt to take over the institutions of this country.
But one worry, Tom, is that it sounds like King Charles, at least when he was the Prince of Wales, is very much listening to those people. This fascinating revelation today from Guito Harry, who was the Director of Communications for Boris Johnson last year. Charles criticises the Rwanda scheme. According to Guito, Boris squares up to him at this Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Rwanda, but critically also says to Charles, do not give this speech opening the door to historic reparations over slavery. Charles ignores him and goes up on stage and does exactly that. And now he's king and he continues to open the door to historic reparations.
Well, that has always been my great, one of my great arguments against Charles in my book, The Rebel King. It was always that he can't stop meddling. He has opinions. He will not allow his opinions to be challenged. He will never listen to anybody else if it doesn't agree with what he believes in. And he has this view, because he leads a privileged life, that somehow that sort of that Rwanda is wrong. But the truth is that if the Tory government sends the first plane to Rwanda, then Starmer is toast, because suddenly everyone will realise the Tory government can do what they like, what they promised. And this is where King Charles has a great problem. I don't think Prince William will have that, but Charles, having spent 60 years campaigning, cannot stop campaigning. He can't stay quiet. And that is my great fear. And the truth is about King Charles that for years as Prince of Wales, he took absolutely no interest in the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is endangered by Prince Charles. He was forced to go to Africa and parts of Asia. And he really has no relationship with the Commonwealth. He doesn't want to travel there really now either. And so I think what we're going to see, which is very interesting, and I think we even saw that today, that King Charles plants a tree up in Sandringham, but Prince and Princess of Wales do the heavy lifting at the garden party.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask you about William and Kate, because they had a spectacular weekend. Very much united behind Charles. Now, that wasn't always the case, was it? But that is going to be a huge help for the king.
Well, we saw that the moment Harry peeled off, that they delivered a united front and buried their differences, and the differences were...
It's almost like Harry saved their relationship.
Well, saved it. And in the end, it was also survival. I'm sure the Queen said to William, you really got to make up
the late Queen.
The late Queen, because it's vital for the survival of the monarchy. But I do think that Prince William has a very different approach. He's not an interventionist. He doesn't think about politics and things like his father did. So it's going to be very interesting, but also difficult to see how the king will interact with the political leaders and what William will do. Because, of course, Charles, in William's position, didn't stop interfering in politics.
No.
And that's now going to be...
William won't be that stupid. But I think the key question is the one that you've already raised. Will Charles be able to help himself? Because it is notable that one of the first people who he had for a sleepover, for want of a better term, at Windsor Castle when he became king. Apparently he's going to be doing this more often, inviting people from various parts of the world, showbiz, sport, that sort of thing. But the person who he had on the first of these was Keir Starmer and his wife.
Yeah, and he does that because, quite rightly, he's got to pretend or show neutrality. The real problem is, what does he discuss with these politicians? Does he try to influence them, as he did with Tony Blair in favour of fox hunting and things like that? In my view, he will not be able to hold back. because he has got such pronounced views. But he will put himself in the firing line of the diversity brigade, of the people who...
Yeah, because it's never going to be enough for them.
Exactly.
It's never going to be enough for them until he's not on the throne.
Exactly.
And that's what he's got to start realising.
Exactly.
Tom Bauer.
According to Bauer, Harry's brief visit reflected the continuing distance between the Duke of Sussex and the rest of the royal family. He suggested that the limited interaction between Harry and senior royals demonstrated that meaningful reconciliation had not yet taken place. These comments, however, represent Tom Bauer's personal interpretation of events rather than confirmed facts. There has been no official statement from Buckingham Palace saying that Prince Harry left the coronation angry, and Prince Harry himself has not publicly described his emotions following the event. Since stepping back as senior working royals in 2020, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have continued to focus on projects through the Archewell Foundation, media production, and the Invictus Games, while maintaining their home in California. Although speculation about reconciliation continues, official communications from the royal household have generally avoided commenting publicly on private family relationships. King Charles III's coronation took place on May 6, 2023, marking the first British coronation in nearly 7 decades. Prince Harry attended the ceremony without Meghan Markle, who remained in the United States with their children. Since the Sussexes stepped back from royal duties in 2020, relations with the royal family have been strained following the Oprah Winfrey interview, the Netflix documentary series, and Prince Harry's memoir Spare. Tom Bauer has frequently commented on these developments and is known for his critical views of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. His remarks in this discussion reflect his own analysis, not official information from the royal family. Public reaction has been divided. Some royal watchers agree with Tom Bauer, believing Prince Harry's short visit and immediate departure suggest that family tensions remain unresolved. Others argue there is no way to know how Harry truly felt after the coronation and caution against drawing conclusions based on public appearances alone. Many observers continue to hope that future family events could create opportunities for improved communication between the Duke of Sussex and the royal family. Tom Bauer believes Prince Harry left King Charles III's coronation feeling angry and that the divisions within the royal family remain significant. However, these comments are Tom Bauer's opinions, and there is no official confirmation from Prince Harry or Buckingham Palace supporting that interpretation. As always, distinguishing expert commentary from verified facts remains essential when following royal family news. What do you think? Do you believe Prince Harry left the coronation feeling frustrated, or do you think it's impossible to know what he was really thinking? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's update, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more balanced royal family news. Thank you for watching Royal News Daily, where the crown meets the headlines.